Welcome back, everyone. Well, getting ready for a backcountry adventure ahead of a massive storm system that's heading into the area. We're looking at getting about 53, 57 centimeters of snow, possibly forecasted for the area starting today all the way through Sunday and clearing out on Monday. So just arrived here and I'm the only person in the parking lot. It's not a good sign. I think looked like the park in this area, we're at Frontenac Park again, looked like this park was going to be full. So we're hiking into Clearwater Lake. It's going to be a several kilometer hike with a lot of gear because we're also battening down in case we get stranded there. But we'll see. It's a beautiful day. It's calm. Sun's trying to get through the clouds, but we're going to have lots of fun. All right, here's the sled I'll be pulling. It's really heavy. Just noticed this. Hanging on by a thread, literally. I should have fixed this beforehand. So, red-green, got some duct tape. Alright, so basically I've just put a little bit of tape around till I can get to the campsite. Just to prevent that friction on those 3 little threads there. It's pretty strong, but I gotta fix it camp, but I'm too lazy to fix this now and I might regret this, but it is what it is. I made my own bed. Alright, so having a little bit of lunch here, but there's 1 sled, 2 sleds, and then we got another sled pulling over here, and we're each carrying our own pack, and the snow has started, so we got to get rolling. Getting ready to hike. I have my anorak on that I made years ago. Still haven't done the fur ruff yet. Oh my gosh. Anyway, but this is great. It's waterproof, cotton, very warm, breathable. So this is what I'll be hiking in with. And I've got lots of layers on, and my True Torn boots, and my snow boots, well, snow pants, and my snowshoes. So pray for me. Somebody's a little ticked off, but we're going through some deep snow. I cannot afford to have him getting soaking wet, so it is what it is. And here's all the gear finally packed up. We're all ready to roll down the trail. There's the Kingsford Dam. It's always open this time of year. See the snow across the lake. That's a bit of a slog from the parking lot. Off we go across the bridge. So we're just in a flat part of the trail here and you can see some tracks. Looks like deer tracks. That's what we've come to the conclusion of because of big bounds across the trail. Yeah, it's been a bit of a slog, but getting through it. It's meditation. You just gotta focus. You can do hard things. You can do it. You can do it. Take lots of breaks. I'm not in a rush today. But sometimes I feel like I'm on the trek to Everest. Lined up trying to get to the top. Seems impossible, but we'll get there. Alright, so we're basically the spot last year we raided the firewood. They have these this year, it's kind of new. Complete with like a map where you're at. So, yeah, very cool. So we're headed to campsite 16, 1.5 kilometers away. Does not seem that far if you were walking in the city, but hauling all this stuff, it's quite far. A lot of elevation here. It's nice when you go down the slopes a little bit, gives you a bit of a reprieve, but yeah, slow and steady wins the race. All right, this hill is where years ago I had said that going up to this Clearwater Lake is going to be really difficult. Why didn't I listen to myself? Go straight up that hill. I think there's more than one of us here, so I'm going to recruit a little help to get to the top of it. Just on a bit of a break here on the ridge. Just found the equivalent of the portage. So basically just arm in arm dragging the sled up the hill. Nobody has gone past this point in a while. The trail is like non-existent. It's sort of, we have to plow the way, which will be all the way next couple days. So it's really rough going. But it's an adventure. Huge physical workout on the legs. So it's good to take breaks and drink water. Much like you would in a regular hiking trip. Just taking a bit of a minute here. I'm really sweaty. So when I get back to the tent, we set it up. I'm going to have to change clothes completely and dry out my clothes because I don't want to end up getting damp and get chill. Thankfully, weather's not going to be too bad. It's -3 right now. It'll be -8 tonight. So not bad. And then I think -14 tomorrow. But yeah. Glorious, peaceful in the woods here. Just tracks and us. Literally nobody else is here. So there you go. All right, the last push. Did it. there's Clearwater Lake. Middle of a storm, we did it. Especially the only crazy people to be this far in the park right now. Literally had to brake trail the whole way and teamwork to move these heavy sleds up the hill in really heavy powder snow. So anyway, just a downward slope now towards the campsite, and then we'll get set up. All right, well, having my lunch finally. We've lost our light. It is now 5:30. It's been a mad race to get this set up. We're tired, we're cold. Finally got the fire going. So I'm just having a little snack here, and then I'm gonna get our sleep systems ready for tonight and everybody dried off because we're all soaking wet. It's been a little bit tricky starting the fire. I brought one of those quick light logs, but it had gotten wet on my sled on the way here, so it's a little bit of we just sort of started a fire routine way, and that one's now in there now that the regular hardwood we brought is lit. So yeah, lots of work ahead. Stay tuned. Well, it's been the most challenging videoing to date. I've really had to focus on our safety and getting everything settled in here. So I haven't been able to record a whole bunch of stuff of me setting up inside the tent. I'll show you guys later. Dealing right now with getting stuff ready for the night. It's 7 o'clock at night. We really need to rest. We were exhausted, sore. I'm coming in. It doesn't seem like a very far distance, but when you're trekking through snow, that's you know, the path is not broken for you all the way. It's very difficult. Right now, I'm trying to get snow off the tent. Unfortunately, I can't run a tarp across this whole thing, just because of the wood stove. So anyway, I'm getting a little bit of ice damming up in here. So it's going to be a job to keep the snow off of as much of the tarp as we can. The tent itself is waterproof. You can see it beating up on there, but I just really want extra protection. Lion's share of the snow is coming tomorrow. This isn't a whole lot, but anyway, so they're getting ready with supper and everything in there. And I'm out here working on this. I'm going to be passing gear and stuff back and forth too. Also have to get our clothes ready for the night, so we're nice and warm. I haven't been super warm this whole time, but got to make sure we keep the fire going. We're in for the long haul here. We're trapped here now for the next 48 hours. So I gotta get to work. Talk to you in a sec. One of my jobs tonight is I found a bunch of wood buried in the snow. I'm going to put it in just temporarily in the food box here to keep the 50 centimeters of snow off of it. This is a lot of good hardwood. So pop that in here so we can go to our stash in the morning. Right, so we're in the tent. It's a little crowded. And we're making supper. A lovely mushroom pie. So yeah, it's very crowded in here. Got all our beds lined up. The dog is right behind me. And it's just snowing like crazy outside. We've had to fix the tarp because we had a bit of a leak outside, a bit of ice damming like I mentioned. And now we've made it so that the tarp goes over the entire tent, made a slit where the wood, where the stovepipe goes through, because there's just no other way to do it. It's just we couldn't be here all night with things dripping on us. So it's working really well. Got some nice supper. Let's give it a try. That's good. Really delicious. Need the calories to stay warm tonight. So I want to quickly show you guys. I got this new fire screen. So last time we went out to Frontenac, you know, one of our parties had a bit of a burn. So I wanted to be safe this year. So I bought this little, sorry, my Anorak's drying on it. Basically what it is, it's a little fire safety screen. So I got off Amazon. It wraps all the way around, and so that way you can't accidentally hit the stovepipe, you know, when you're laying down with your legs or you're walking past it or the dog's walking past it. It's you know, it does fold down into 4 panels. So I really like this. It keeps us all safe in the tent, especially when there's small quarters. All right, quick time check. It's 11:15. Probably the busiest I've ever been on a camping night. Getting everything battened down and tucked in. So just had the dog out for a quick little walk, and did our final bathroom break. They have little toilet boxes here at the campsite, which is really nice, and they're a little bit away from the site. So nice little hike down there. Be pretty interesting to see what the weather's going to be like tomorrow. So we'll go check it out. Maybe we'll go on a little bit of a hike tomorrow. Stretch our legs because pretty cramped quarters in here tonight. We're keeping a nice warm fire all night because, you know, it'll be chilly and we have a lot of wet clothing we need to dry out. So we'll be stoking that fire all night. Right, I'll check in with you guys in the morning. Well, good morning, everyone. It is a little after 7:30ish, and we survived the night. It's been snowing very heavily. Thankfully, we had a bit of a break on the snow overnight, but today it is going to be a challenging day. I think up to 40 centimeters of snow is on the way. So today, lots of different jobs, cutting up firewood, and right now I'm getting breakfast ready. So what you see on the stove, I'm just kind of thawing out some eggs, and in there are little individually wrapped muffins. I've already had a little bit of tea this morning. I was last night, I was feeling pretty dehydrated and stuff like that, so now I'm catching up. Now it's daytime. I can kind of go out and see what I'm doing. I'm getting, lots of tea into me to kind of warm up. It smells really good. This is a lovely raspberry muffin. It's nice and hot. Delicious. Got some eggs boiling there, and I'm just drying the wood here underneath the tent and stacking a bit more there. We're needing a really large amount of wood today to keep warm. This is crazy. Look how beautiful it's over there. There's some runoff, the rock over there. This is the lake. It's quite long. I had visions of doing some ice fishing in that, but I don't know. I think I gotta stay close to camp today. Keep an eye on the fire and stuff like that. Tried to relax last night. My sleep system was awesome. I'll show you that in a sec. But you're up every hour stoking the fire and stuff like that, so it's not very restful. So today, let's focus on relaxation. Tomorrow is gonna be a really tough slog out of here with that kind of snow. So each campsite out here comes with a fire pit. You can see over there, there's a wood storage, but it's actually the food storage I showed you the other day. And then up here we got the tent. If you walk down that way, there's the bathroom. It is gorgeous in here. This morning I heard ravens and blue jays and whatnot. So the birds are out. Not a lot of wildlife. Tracks are nil. I think everything's just kind of hunkered down, kind of like we are right now. Pretty treacherous to be out there. We decided to go with hard-boiled eggs today, and wow, it is lovely holding a nice hard-boiled egg. Well, I drew the short straw to come out and grab some stuff. No, just joking. We all take turns coming out if someone's out to do something to grab what everybody else needs. So I'm just grabbing a little bit of lunch. Unfortunately, we're severely tent bound today. It is gorgeous in the woods though. Yeah, just been relaxing, having a snooze, keeping the fire going. Also brought some cards. It's so pretty out here. Let's go take a look how much snow's fallen. Can't even see our path from in yesterday. One of the parties has a little bit of a muscle strain from all that heavy hiking yesterday. So tomorrow we're going to take it easy. And we'll just have to kind of take a bit of time. The big heavy sleds will be less heavy, obviously, with less wood on there and food and things like that. But we got to go up the hill again. Thankfully, I mean, once we get through the worst of this stuff, yeah, look there's our trail. Oh my gosh. We're gonna be breaking trail the whole way back because literally there's nobody in the park, I'm sure of it. The way the wind is coming, it kind of would have been like previous campsite that we had, that we showed in the previous videos, which is like site 11. It's right off of Kingsford Lake, and that's kind of where the wind is coming from, and those sites have no shelter, nothing. At least I have a bit of a bluff across from us, so I have a bit of a windbreak. But oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't see, that was originally gonna be the plan, was to stay there, but they were booked, so I thought, oh, let's come all the way out here. Yeah, well. So, this is all about the experience, right? Like this trip, maybe less about like, poking around and exploring and stuff, and more just like testing your limits, Every now and then you got to do that with safety measures in place, obviously, but this is probably the worst thing I've been out in the backcountry. Just kind of have what you have, and that's it, and you got to be resourceful. So I think this is just a real test. Honestly, I go up and down with my emotions on this trip, like feeling stressed and you know, really enjoying the moment. I just kind of got to ground myself every now and then because just can't overthink it. Got the skills, got everything we need. Lots of trees if we need firewood. Yeah, yesterday we were setting up. Oh, it's too deep over there. I'm not stepping in that. Yeah, setting up and everything. I just found myself just kind of agitated and irritated, and realized I hadn't eaten my lunch properly and hadn't been drinking water enough. So you gotta check in with yourself. If your mood's a little bit different, are you cold? Are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Are you just tired? You just need to sit down for a minute. I mean, the tent was up. You didn't need to be rushing around doing the other stuff, but you want to get everything settled in. Anyways. Well, I wouldn't trade it for anything else, that's for sure. This is our family day week in Ontario, so it's great spending it with family. Having family members that want to do this with me is fabulous. Not everybody has that luxury. Who else would be crazy enough to go out in this stuff? Well, to pass the time, what I did was I made just another shelter. So I was sitting there and hang out, or for gear, or an emergency escape area if there's a fire in the tent or something. We've got shelter. You just gotta do something to pass the time, or you go crazy in the tent. Cramped quarters, so it's nice to kind of be out and about. Snow's lessened a little bit, although it's still coming down pretty hard. Little chickadees are kind of peeping above my head, so you know this isn't slowing them down. They have to go get their food too. I think people must feed them here. Psh, 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 psh. Looks like they're eating something off of the white pine. Well, it's lunchtime and terrible storm out there right now, so decided to make some ham quesadillas. Smells good, it's going to taste even better. That's one thing with all the snow is it's pretty bright out. Nice warm food on a blustery day. Tent's been just shaking like a leaf. Periodically we have to go out there and take the snow off it, but right now we're in the peak of it. I think it's about 2 centimeters an hour. It's supposed to die back around 4 o'clock with like a little bit of snow squalling until midnight, and then it's over. And this is my sleep system here. This is the Marmot. It is a down water resistant bag, comfort to -4, limit -11, and -31 extreme. It is really nice. And inside of it I have a Nature Hike down sleeping bag as well. So I have 2 bags that I put together, and then I have 2 mats that I'm on top of, and I'm on a cot. And this got a little messed up, but this is actually drawer liner to help the pads stay on the cot. Yeah, funny story about the Marmot sleeping bag. I went to go get one on sale. This one was on clearance because it's a time of year to get winter camping gear on clearance, and it was on clearance for $150. Normally they're over $400, these bags, I think. $350, $400. So this was a steal, literally. I went to the cash and the person was like, "Whoa, this is actually under cost for us for this," and it flagged me in the computer, but that's what they had marked it as. So I don't know if it was a return or what, but definitely I love this bag. It is awesome. It's super warm, and it's just nice to have that extra Nature Hike down bag and inside of it just for that extra layer of warmth when it gets really cold. Well, it is 4 o'clock and the snow's still pounding down. Just taking Royce on a quick little walk here for his stretch his legs break, and yeah, it's beautiful. Just checked out the trail up ahead, and it's like impassable. Like you're gonna have to use ski poles to figure out sort of where we're going tomorrow on the way home. I'm hoping that the main trail, maybe some other people with snowshoers will be coming in, enjoying the day, and tromp down the trail for us. That'd be great. I'm thinking there will be, because it's family day Monday. A lot of people have the day off here in Ontario, and so it's going to be the first sunny day in a little bit. So I think people are going to be out and about. So I'm hopeful to take our time packing, that, you know, that'll be what happens. So, yeah, just doing a few little chores around camp, and then we'll get to making supper really soon. Very quiet afternoon in the tent. I was listening to my audiobook, so it was pretty fun. Just wanted to show you guys my new headlamp. It is the Storm R. It's rechargeable. It's by Diamond, and got it at Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's. So it is completely waterproof, and I can even submerge it, and it has multiple different modes. So still learning how to use it here. But last night and in the morning I was using the red so that I could look at the stove, do things in the tent without waking everybody up. But there's the white, and there's different levels of it if you hold it down. See, it's like super bright or not as bright. There's also blue and green on here as well. And there's flashing modes too. And I love the fact that it shows you that it's like charge level and stuff like that too. Like once it's turned off. Ooh, that's super bright. Once it's turned off, you can see there's like 3 little dots there, and it just tells you how good the charge is. And it's just like a micro USB charger. So I really like it. Nice addition. Again, it's the Black Diamond Storm R. So we're just making some supper now. Take a look at my point of view. I'm trapped. No, this is the screen, but you can see we're making some gnocchi for supper. Just kind of in my spot in the tent. The dog is over there. We're all just kind of hanging out. It's still snowing, in case you were wondering. And it is now 6 p.m. So this tent smells amazing. The dog's getting all hyped up about the food. I am hungry. Didn't do a whole lot today, but somehow just doing little things here and there and just surviving in the winter makes you hungry. So really looking forward to supper. All right, my compliments to the chef. Got sausages and gnocchi with cheese. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great to keep me warm all night long. Oh, we're all hunkered down. Yeah. This is my point of view. Royce is right there. It's my pillow. Basically, we're just hanging out, relaxing in the tent. Just heard a barred owl calling and a Royce snoring. Supper was so good, by the way. So yeah, we're just gonna relax for a bit, listen to the sounds of the night. The snow is supposed to stop at around midnight, so I think a lot of animals might be moving around. Everything's been hunkered down basically for the last 24 hours. So anyways, it's been quite the trip, quite the adventure. Tomorrow's supposed to be a sunny day, cold tonight though, down to -15 and a little bit windy. But we'll see what tomorrow brings. And it'll be a bit of a challenge to get out of here, but step at a time, quite literally. See you in the morning. Well, good morning everyone. It is day 3 here at the site, and as you can see, it's really bright in here. The sun is out. I woke up this morning at 6 a.m. to a full moon, which was beautiful. Super warm in the tent last night. No concerns about being cold. Right now it's -15-ish outside with wind chill down to -23. So just getting some breakfast started. Muffins on order, and we'll get some eggs going. They froze overnight, so probably scramble those. And some bacon this morning. The dog's already been fed and up and at 'em. So you can see there's a lot of cleanup to be done before we leave today, and it's gonna be an arduous trek out of here. So that's kind of what's making me a little bit nervous right now, is how we're gonna get out of here. Like I said earlier, my hope is that ice fishermen and day hikers come in, and the main trail is already tromped down with snowshoes by the time we get to it. We're on a little bit of an offshoot here and further in than a lot of people go, so we may have a bit of breaking trail just for ourselves, which I'll do with the snowshoes this morning. So it's going to be a trek and a half. We're going to leave. We ended up with actually 2.5 bags of wood left over from stuff we cut up here and stuff that was left before. So we're going to leave that here so that the next person can have kiln dried hardwood as well. It's just nice to do that because, you know, somebody misjudges how much wood they need, or you know, emergency situation that it's out here. So we're gonna leave that here. It's always good to pay it forward. It also cut back on some of our weight, bringing things back on the trail. Well, the eggs froze overnight, so I'm cooking them as they thaw. Should have left them in the tent. Oh well, you do. You can cook them from frozen, as you can see. You just got to keep them moving around. Take a look at the beautiful day out there. Just packing up our beautiful site. I think this would be a great site all year round with a sun exposure like that. Beautiful. All of our gear. I hiked out this morning down the trail with snowshoes just to pack down the worst of it, which will be this really, really steep incline to get out of here onto the main trail to the first kind of decline. So hopefully that's a little bit helpful. There's no easy way around this. I'm not looking forward to it at all. The snow trail, like the trail is completely covered. I had to find it this morning with my feet. And then the main trail, you can kind of see a little notch where everybody's been walking over the weeks and stuff. So that wasn't as bad, but anyway, it's going to be an arduous trek back. I don't know. It took us 2.5 hours at least to get in here. Might take more to get out. But I think the first part of it will be the worst. Then a lot of it is downhill. Well, it's now 11:15, and we're all packed up and ready to go. So this is the site. Site 16. We were here. We did it. Beautiful site. Definitely want to visit this probably late spring, early fall. Be lovely. Hike in. Bring all you need in your back, then you don't have to worry about all this stuff, but it's a beautiful trip. Well, let's see what awaits us ahead in the trail. Well, it's been slow going. In the beginning there, we have to have one person breaking trail, looking where the signs are, and everybody else following behind. I switched out, got a little bit lighter toboggan today, and no more wood in there, so that's awesome. Beautiful day. Look at this. Like, isn't this amazing? Like, as much as a slog as this is, I'm just taking a moment to enjoy being here for one and experiencing this and feeling all the aches and pains that go along with it. Great day to be alive. I've been on this boardwalk before. It's a little bit of a swamp in here. We had to lift up the toboggans onto this bridge. Not today. You can go straight over that. So, gosh, this is so gorgeous in here. So we got to go up this hill, and then we're going to go along the ridge for a while. So we've come through a lot of the climby bits, but there is a bit more to go. So anyway, just taking breaks, looking and enjoying the scenery, one foot in front of the other. Critters were bedded down as well in the last 24 hours. So you can see the big log this way, little tunnel down to it, little cache food maybe, and then little tracks all the way around. Quite windy up on the bridge. That's Kingsford Lake down there. Would have been kind of awful in the last 24, 36 hours being on those sites on the lake. The wind coming the direction that it is right at me. Woo! Getting a little tough. Some animal was moving this morning. All through here, he made a big trough all the way. That's cool. Hard to see, the tracks are kind of blown in, but there may have been a few actually in this little conga line. Maybe there's a coyotes or something. There's some fisher tracks going through the forest. This forest is normally teeming with fishers. We've seen them before. A bit quiet on the wildlife front. Did hear some owls, ravens, blue jays, chickadees obviously, but not much else. That's what happens when there's a heavy blizzard. Well, we're almost back at the parking lot, thank goodness. Had to stop and have a little snack. It's feeling a little low energy. So last 500-meter push. Well, here is a sight for sore eyes. They actually plowed it, thank you God. Look at my car. Holy. I mean, I think that's the plow guy that was right there that turned around. Oh, I could cry. Oh, thank God. Last little haul there by Kingsford Dam. Awful, the wind was so strong. Very difficult going, but woohoo, we did it. Oh, what a trip, guys. This really tested the limit of everything I've got. It was hard. It was really, really hard. Probably the hardest trip I've done. But I did it. Yay. The parking lot is plowed. Oh, man. It's the little things in life. Look at this snow. Look at my little wee shovel. Wow. Well, and in case we were going to be stranded here, I did bring all these extra fire logs and had extra food in the car as well. And we got a full tank of gas basically, so safety first. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this trip. A little different than the last ones I've done. But yeah, it was a great one and it's a beautiful day. Oh, time check. It is 10 to 2. So we left the campsite, I think at 11:20, did I say? So, oh boy. All right, well, hope you guys have a great week. Stay safe and enjoy everything winter has to offer. Bye for now.